details overnight surrounding the coronavirus pandemic. While you were sleeping, another case of the virus confirmed here in South Florida. Overnight, the Florida Department of Health announced another case in Miami-Dade County.
And that followed a flood of new confirmed positive coronavirus cases last night. The new case in Miami-Dade County is a 42-year-old man, and according to the Department of Health, this is a travel-related case and is associated with exposure to an international traveler. The person is isolated and will continue to remain isolated until cleared. The town of Bay Harbor Island also announced that a town employee has tested positive for COVID-19.
Last night, the health department announced 15 new cases in the state, 5 in Broward County. And what's notable here, 3 of those cases involve people in their 20s. Most of the other Florida cases up to this point have involved senior citizens. And Palm Beach County has its first 2 cases, both involving people in their 70s. Most of the new cases are travel related.
The common theme everywhere, most large events have been canceled. The experts say eliminating large crowds is one of the easiest things we can do to try and prevent the virus from spreading. South Florida's public schools are open, staying on their regular schedules for now, except for one. We'll have more on that in just a moment.
Nationally, the death toll is above 40 people, expected to rise. The death toll in Florida is 2. That has not changed. Late last night, a stark message from Ohio's state health director, who estimates 100,000 people in her state could be carrying coronavirus. Now, back here at home in Miami-Dade, virus is not only impacting events, but also county and city leaders.
Yeah, 2 mayors are now under quarantine. And as we mentioned, another person has tested positive for the virus overnight. CBS 4's Jessica Vallejo begins our team coverage live from Bay Harbor Islands, where a school is now being closed after a town employee tested positive. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning. Health officials have confirmed that an employee from this town did test positive for the coronavirus. That employee has been self-isolated and still remains under medical care, but which is why the Miami-Dade schools have now closed the Ruth K. Broad Harbor KA Center. Officials say the employee worked at an aftercare program located at the town's community center and interacted with students in that aftercare. Parents and employees have been notified of the school's closure and are being instructed not to come to school until further notice. Nightfall on Ocean Drive, Miami Beach. Spring breakers from worldwide hitting the hot spots. This after a major day in the water. The worry if anyone is carrying the coronavirus, it might work its way towards Miami Beach's large senior citizen population, folks who are most vulnerable.
Obviously, there is concern. Large groups go out there. As the mayor said, the spring breakers are here. A lot of other tourists are here. We're not yet at that point, but certainly it's something we think about as we move forward. You know, part of what we're trying to do here is prevent that pandemic from growing in our community to the point it did in places like New Rochelle or Kings County, Washington, or Italy. Obviously, if we start getting to that level with developments, we're going to look at tougher measures.
The city of Miami Beach now suspending special event permits such as the LGBT Festival Miami Beach Pride. At Jackson Memorial Hospital, Governor Ron DeSantis says the state is buying 5,000 coronavirus test kits.
We're receiving those this weekend, and the testing kits will give qualified labs throughout the state the process or the capacity to process tests for up to 625,000 individuals.
County Mayor Carlos Jimenez, who has self-quarantined concerned about coronavirus in Cuba, wants Cuba flights canceled.
I know that there's COVID-19 in Cuba. I do not believe that there's only 3. I believe there's probably a heck of a lot more, and it poses a risk to the people of Miami-Dade County and our state.
At Miami City Hall, Mayor Francis Suarez announces he's self-quarantined as he, like the county mayor, had contract with a Brazilian diplomat who tested positive.
I have decided to follow Department of Health protocol and self-quarantine out of an abundance of caution.
And how about the schools in Miami-Dade?
There is no cessation of teaching and learning.
Again, the Ruth K. Broad Harbor KA Center will remain closed until further notice. We're live here in the town of Bay Harbor Islands. Jessica Vallejo, CBS 4 this morning.